Hello, my onions. So, I'm reviewing a movie called Thor Ragnarok. I give it a 6 out of 10. It is perfectly a mediocre movie. That's a train wreck of a disaster, fiasco, accidentally, or maybe on purpose, shitting on every main Marvel character. That would be this, dumbing them down and sucking all the IQ out of each Marvel character that we know in the MCU. That was the heroes of the MCU. This time, you know how, Captain America the Winter Soldier worked as a buddy comedy, but it kept it didn't take away the excitement and didn't cut out, and it did not have any serious moments. But it was a buddy comedy between Black Widow and Captain America. Well, this is a buddy comedy between Thor and the Incredible Hulk, Bruce Banner. It then Hulk disappears, then Bruce Banner comes back, then Hulk appears for the third act. Everybody's buddy comedy between Mark Ruffalo and Chris Hemsworth playing their characters. And the only problem is that both comedic release, neither one is the straight character. Now, you think nobody would ever be that stupid to try to make both them the comedic relief. You would think one of them would be the straight competent person, and the other one would be the goofball idiot. No, they're both the goofball idiots. Chris Tucker and Chris Tucker. You know how Rush Hour was great because Jackie Chan was more of the serious guy, and Chris Tucker was more of the comedic buffoon. That's what made Rush Hour work, the dynamic between the balance. One balance out the other flaw. For some, one being too serious for a comedy, the other one being too annoying for a comedy with action. Traditionally would be like Chris Tucker, but he works in Rush Hour because Jackie Chan does balance out. I feel like Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan balance out each other, and for action comedy. And these balance out each other like the comedy duo from Wild Wild West movie that Will Smith was a part of. And it'll almost turn his name into a joke before Chris Slap turned his name into a permanent joke. And so Will Smith's Wild Wild West movie wasn't regarded good when it came out, and it can't even go in the box office. And it was maybe it might have been slightly better than Thor Ragnarok after I seen Thor Ragnarok, or maybe it's just as bad. I'm not really sure. You know how the Wild Wild West movie did the same thing that Thor Ragnarok did, and nobody else did the same thing before Wild Wild West? After Wild Wild West, since, when they made both the duo the comedic buffoon. Like, they're both the comedic ones. in the Wild Wild West movie, and they're both the comic hero, and they're both the smart person, and they're both the dumb person, and they're both the witty person, but they're both the serious person. They're both the same person in the Wild Wild West dynamic duo movie. That's why I don't think it worked. Because they're both the same person, just with a different skin color. One's white, one's a black, played by a black actor. Although, which is kind of ironic because in the show, they were both played by white actors in the Wild Wild West show. That's based on was the same name. But Wild Wild West movie is a reinterpretation of a older show. And this Ragnarok is another adaptation gone wrong. It's doing a loose adaptation of Planet Hulk and Thor Ragnarok comic storyline. And I'm doing a loose adaptation of all that shit. And for some reason, we don't even really get a cool half-baked Hulk and Thor fight. That looks cool on surface until you stop thinking, wait a minute, Hulk's fighting people, killing. So when you find out that Hulk doesn't have one of those hybrid chips that like the other gladiators have, he's the only one that doesn't have a chip. So he's free to go whenever he wants on Sakaar, and everyone else is being enslaved to fight as a gladiator. Hulk as a gladiator, and he keeps winning and cheating. Technically, I feel like that's cheating, because he has the upper hand, and doesn't have one of those things that's implanted, that's stuck to him, like Thor has, like other gladiators. Like Thor has this like little thing that kind of stuns his power, and keeps him from leaving, and other guys, I guess, how they have them, but he doesn't seem to have that Hulk. Because Hulk just came in Quinjet and wanted to rest, become a gladiator for fun. And beat up and murder, smash slaves. So he's an asshole, an unsympathetic asshole. Wow. I haven't seen such unsympathy for assholes since, well, that punchline was when the sheriff got ran out of the racist town in Blazing Saddles at the end. And that was made for, that was kind of a cruel, that was kind of a funny, I admit it was a hard fight, but you know, I didn't think they would go to beyond bizarre levels with their Ragnarok's inspiration, taking inspiration from Blazing Saddles and Wild Wild West movie, which Will Smith starred in. Okay, that's what this movie feels like in a nutshell. It feels like it's taking inspiration from these two pieces of cinema. Ragnarok is kind of a lot of bullshit to get through, and a lot of exhausting shit to get through. I mean, there'll be some action here and there throughout the film, some comic action here and there, but it's a bit of a drag to get through at times, I found, more than The Dark World was for me. Personally, I thought The Dark World was a bit of a drag to get through, first time for me anyway, but then I realized how much a selfish asshole I was beating, and wanting more for my comic book movies, because I felt worse watching Ragnarok dragging on than The Dark World dragging on, because a lot of the stuff in Ragnarok felt more pointless stuff. And these add-on more pointless shit in the Thor Love and Thunder final Thor movie, thank God, I hope it is, was Chris Hemsworth as Thor outing. I hope I hope Thor 4 is the last one, because I don't know if I can take much. I don't know if my son can take much more. Another Thor 5 with Prince Hemsworth. At least the way they've been running him in the last two movies. I don't want to see more of this guy as Thor version. I've had enough for Thor. And, Ragnarok is the villain of Ragnarok's Hela. And, Loki becomes a hero somehow. Why? Don't know. That's a bit of a different direction than what they were giving him last time in his last time when he was in the MCU before he returned in Ragnarok. He was first before he was in Ragnarok, he was in Dark World, and then he comes back and he has a very brief character wreck, I guess, because he becomes a hero, I guess, or a redeemed villain or something, whatever. And I thought it was kind of out of no fucking nowhere in this movie, the whole thing. The whole plot is something, this movie. So there's not much stuff I can say about that I liked about this movie. So, this movie's a bit of a wreck. A big fucking wreck. Like a hurricane destroying a town. A wreck. Or something like that. You know, one of those twistless things that destroy towns and kill people and stuff. You know, those things. That's what this movie is like. Watching one of people killing people, twisters, thingies. The story's a fucking mistake. Mess. Ugh. And so is the directing. And the visuals of when it's not being focused on action, when it's not being focused on the action. The directing's... I don't really think the directing is just that great, and the endings are really good. I feel like they could have added more out of this movie. So, I feel like this movie dragged on. There was too much that could have gone cut for the movie. This movie should have gone edited down. Thor Ragnarok gets a 6 out of 10. The third installment of the Thor movie. Technically, this movie was tiring to watch and to talk about. This movie had a lot of bullshit in it. Writing and ideas thrown into the whole movie was a mistake. But it's fortunately made money. Why? Then we got a fourth one. Why? Because this one made money. More than you expect, I guess. Let's make a fourth one. With Thor, is this why? I give this a 6 out of 10 Thor Ragnarok. This movie was a mistake. Bye. Subscribe. Like this video, please. Subscribe. Bye. Hope you enjoyed this video. That's my thoughts on Ragnarok movie. I give it a 6 out of 10. Forget about mediocre letdown. You can skip watching if you're not interested. So, haven't seen it yet? Don't worry, you're not missing out. It's pretty fucking stupid, a movie. I forget what I said in this video, how long I made this video. 17 minutes. Okay. This movie was, I kind of regret watching this flick. So, filled with mostly regret watching this. Much more regret than pleasure I felt watching this movie. This movie has so many jokes and retarded, low-level jokes, bro-hood jokes. So much so it makes me just want to get a bullet and shoot myself. And forget about the jokes. Maybe that'll stop them in flashbacks of this movie giving me flashbacks. Especially the reimagining what they did with Hulk. This is why we can't have nice things, because of idiots like you promoting movies like this shit. Well, I can't have nice things. Fuck you. People like Angry Joe liking this horse shit movie. People like Chris Stuckman liking this piece of shit garbage horse shit horse shit movie, comic book movie. Y'all fucking clowns. Thinking that this movie was not stupid and retarded, but was smart and clever when it was the opposite of clever, the opposite of smart. Smart, you had to give a damn on something and put effort into this. This is just lazy man frosting. Like a lazy man milkshake or a lazy man ass half bathtub. It's just, this is a lazy man shit movie. It's just It's a really, really dumb, retarded flick. That makes me feel like I should just feel like I want to jump out of a window and fly like Superman and spread my angel wings and mutate into an angel. Fly out the window and fly. That's what this movie makes me want to believe. Like, this movie makes me feel like if I believe it's good, then everyone will believe it's good. Crap. Like, I feel like the people that like this movie on the internet are fucking bloodthirsty psychopaths like Angry Joe or Chris Dugman. Or idiots like Chris Dugman and Angry Joe. Hello, if you guys are watching this, you suck. I think you suck. Jump off a cliff. Kill yourself. Because you would be doing me a favor if you guys killed yourself or retired. Angry Joe and Chris Dugman. I have that much hatred to them. Because they will promote shit like this. But for some reason, anything from the Snyderverse is absolute garbage. And they'll promote shit like this, where we see the Hulk's ass crack. And Thor sees the Hulk's green dick. He says it's implanted in his brain, seeing the Hulk's dick. Let that the class of comedy. That's the classic comedy that this movie's known for. Class-ass comedy, people. These are the jokes. I give up. I give up. Everything. The world doesn't make sense. We're all going to die of our own stupidity. And I'm going to suffer with you assholes torturing. What am I saying? This is stupid. This is a stupid movie. My brain's fucked. It feels like I got fucked by Hulk's violated dick. I feel like Mark Ruffalo's Hulk fucked my brain and raped it. Just to fuck with me. And to be funny. Like an asshole he is. That's what he would do in this movie. He would totally do something that fucked up. Rape my brain. Without even feeling remorse. What an asshole Mark Ruffalo is. Hulk. Mark Ruffalo's an asshole. Because he agreed to this movie, he sucks. It's official. Everyone knows the superior Hulk. This did it. This made me certain that he's the superior Hulk in every way. Edward Norton. After this Ragnarok. You know what? I believe Thor won the fight over Hulk. Because Thor could fight against the Thanos, the Mad Titan. Hulk could even hold his own ground for one fucking minute when Thanos was fighting back. And in Infinity War. Suck it. So Hulk lost. Thor wins in the fight because I buy Thor's word over Hulk being the strongest, okay? Tony Stark is an idiot thinking he's the strongest Avenger when Thor the whole time. Because he beat Hulk. Because Thor says so. I believe Thor's word over Hulk. Logic. This is One of those movies. That raises my fucking blood pressure. Makes me feel slightly suicidal. And regret my life decisions that led me to this point when I see movies like this horse shit. That's the magic of fucking Ragnarok. More like dark magic. Dark movie fucked up magic. 6 out of 10 this gets. Goodbye. Subscribe. Out. Peace.